Welcome back, guys, to Bloons Tower Defense Battles. We are back on Random Trio Bananza with Fire, the crazy triple threat. It is ridiculous. And we are against possibly one of the best players that we're going to ever have battled. We're against Maltfan. He's got 738 wins to only 82 losses. So I've got 5 wins to 1 loss. We want to keep that going. We get a good one here. We get the Boomerang, Submarine, and the Gatling Gunner on one of my favorite maps, the little zigzag water path. So I accept it, and we go down and have a look. So this was pre-recorded, by the way, but there was no way I was going to miss this game mode, and I wanted to show you guys the gameplay so much. So here we go. It is pretty insane. So, Random Trio Bananza with Fire. We did a video on this yesterday. If you haven't seen it, I recommend going and checking that video out. I'll link it down below in the description. But on this game mode, you get four times the amount of eco, the amount of money that you make, because you have Playing with Fire, which gives you double eco, and you have Bananza, which gives you double eco on top of double eco, making quadruple eco. So we start off, we get ourselves our submarine, and the strategy is to try and fill all the submarine spaces up so that we don't miss any possible spaces for submarines, because when I do, like, I can only get 1 or 2 in. It's really annoying if you're able to get 3 or 4, let's say. So I was making sure all my placement was good, and also they are insanely good, obviously, early game defense. But we are just sending reds. So for every red you send, you get $4, $4. Rather than $1, we now get $4, which is insane. So it's worth sending reds. It's like one of the first times it's actually worth sending reds. Which is really cool. But our enemy has done the same thing, because of course Random Trio, we will have the same stuff. He's got himself his submarines. He's got them all up to airburst darts though, which I haven't done yet. I was just carrying on focusing on that, but they start to kind of push a little bit harder than I expected, because obviously if I send stuff, they also come to me, so you're also getting double the amount of balloons. So it is a tough one. But anyway, we've got ourselves our submarine set up. We got 2 of them on airburst darts. The third one is just kind of sat there doing nothing at the moment. So I start to fill up the other spaces and make sure that we can get as many of these submarines in as possible. But I really don't want to lose any eco. I don't want to waste time sending like eco that's not good. There's no point for me. So I'm trying to do them in between. I really don't want to miss out on making eco and making that money. So I get the front one up to airburst darts as well, because the greens come a little bit of trouble. I get the 4th one up to airburst darts, and we just start getting this eco up, because already we're getting crazy money. I mean, it is just ridiculous. 1,200 eco already. So I put in that submarine there. I try and put this one as far over as I can so that I can guarantee I fit in another submarine behind it, which I'm really happy I could. It was a really tough one though. Look at it. Look at, like, where is it? It's just, there it is. Perfect. So I get this one up to a nuke, and I submerge it straight away. Just in case, obviously, camos come through, leads come through. Plus, they're just good at clearing up in case anything else comes through. And I get everything up to airburst darts just to make sure that if anything is sent that is crazy, like I always seem to forget, but now I won't forget. They're all airburst darts, and they are destroying these yellow balloons. But the yellow balloons, of course, are giving us amazing eco. So, looking pretty good. We've done pretty much the exact same thing. He's got his stuff up to advanced intel, which I haven't realized. But I also make sure that I don't get rushed by any camos or anything. So I decided to get myself a Glaive Lord, put him right there, and he makes so much difference. Like, early game, the Glaive Lord tears up. Look at that. He's actually holding off pinks pretty much all by himself. He's got his airburst darts helping him, but pretty much all by himself. I also get him up to red hot Wranglers just to make sure he can pop those lead balloons, and nothing then really would be able to come through. Our enemy does the same thing. He's bought himself a Glaive Lord. He's also got himself ballistic missiles. He's got 4 of them up to ballistic missiles. He's still got space for 2, which I was really intrigued about. But I decided to go ballistic missiles and advanced intel as well, because then obviously it just in case, it just makes it so much more secure. Now, something quite cool, you don't need advanced intel for your ballistic missiles to go off, by the way. So even if you don't have advanced intel, your ballistic missiles will still fire and still like seek out some balloons. So cool little thing that I found out, which was well, pretty handy, I guess. But if you can afford ballistic missiles, you can probably afford advanced intel. So he's got all of his up to ballistic missiles. We've done the exact same thing except for the placement of the nuke. And yeah, it's looking really, really good. So, at this point, we're both eco-farming up. And this is actually when we make the different decisions. So, I, myself, really like the Gatling Gunners. I know how powerful they are. They're really expensive, but I feel they're super powerful. And out of the 3 things that we're giving the submarines, which now we are done with. We can't do anything else with these submarines except level them up one more time. But we can't place any more. We've either got the Boomerang or the Gatling Gunners. So you can see our enemy has put down his first Boomerang, second Boomerang. He starts literally piling down on these Boomerangs, which is cool. But I thought in my head, these guys really don't do that much damage. Especially late game, I feel they're not the best. So I don't bother going for Boomerangs early, just to make sure that I clear up. I actually keep on eco, farming, getting the eco up as high as we can so that we make a lot of money. Because I'm going to focus on the Gatlings. Because the Gatlings, not only are they really powerful, you can control them, they can see the whole map, they can see camo balloons, they can do everything. And they are really expensive. And I know that's not always a good thing, but usually more expensive means better, right? So I was like, right, let's go for the more expensive thing, because then later game it's going to be better. And he's filling up his map with the Boomerangs. So I was actually going to let him fill his map up first, just so that then it's kind of a pain if you wanted to sell it and do what I was about to do. So here he is, Gatling Gunner number 1. I put him down. I'm trying to get them in the furthest corners, right at the bottom as you can. That is where that is. I'm trying to do it to my best ability so that I can fit as many in as possible. And I just start farming up these Gatling guns. So let's fast forward a little bit until the Gatling guns are down, and then we can see how the strategies start to work out. So at this point, you can see it's all starting to get a little bit crazy and a little bit hectic. Our enemy has got those bionic boomers everywhere, right? Everywhere. And I filled up the bottom of mine with all of these what are they called? Gatling Gunners, that's it. And this is my dilemma. I didn't know whether I should go for the Hydra Rockets or go for the lasers. So what I decided to do was do this kind of fully bottom layer as the Hydra Rockets. Because they spread out a little bit more, I thought it might be a better idea. And of course, you can then get them up to the ability as well, which is really, really cool. So I've got all the bottom layer now as Hydra Rockets. Our enemy has pretty much finished the top of his map of Boomerangs. He's just got Boomerangs everywhere. And look at those rockets. Look how quickly they destroy those ceramics. Now, I know he is destroying his faster than I am, okay? He is actually doing better early game. But I've tried to get late game into my head. It probably wasn't the best move, but I was trying to always think of late game. So I've got all of my things up to first strike, like that. Like, you can rarely go through and upgrade them all to first strike. And in this game mode, you can. It is so, so cool. And our Gatlings are just, like, letting nothing through at all. So at this point, I decided to go at the back and just try and fill in all the awkward gaps. Because I've got a lot of time. Nothing big is coming at the moment. So I'm trying to find the best spots for my Gatlings. I fit 2 Gatlings just there, which is really nice. And I'm trying to get this third in because it looks like there's enough space. But it's just so tight. And I get it in. Look at that. You see it? I've literally dropped it in just at the bottom of that. So you can actually fit 3 in on that first little section. And on this one here, I tried to fit 2 in. But I think actually I only get 1 in. Yeah, I'm only getting 1 in that space. So I decided to start going up into the corners. seeing how high we can go up in the corners. And look at that, it's like off my page. It's literally off my page. So I decide, before I forget about that, I might as well upgrade that to the laser. And I've upgraded it to the laser. And look at it. The destruction is just insane. It is so, so good. So I put another one right next to it up in the top left corner. You can see our enemy starting to put Gatlings at the bottom as well. So he is copying the bottom bit. This one I go up to the denial system or the Hydra rockets as well. So that's really powerful. But at this point, it's kind of the question of which one's going to be more powerful. I love his boomerangs, but I love my lasers and my Gatlings. And it's a really tough one because I don't know who's going to be more powerful. And it was kind of nervy because I really didn't want to lose, and I still don't want to lose. But he's filled his side so well. Like, look at all of his. It is crazy. And I'm just trying to fit as many of these Gatlings in as I can down the sides here. And you can't fit anywhere near as much Gatlings as you can boomerangs. But I'm able to get some in really tight, sneaky positions. And it does look pretty cool, to be fair, having all these Gatlings fire across. I wish you could individually aim them, but you can't. And you can see, like, there, I can just squeeze one in, so I just get an extra one in. And we keep on looking, and then there's a space just between these two, right there. And it's all about getting one extra Gatling in, and that makes all the difference. So, let's fast forward. I start really getting all of these in, and then we're going to start upgrading them and doing stuff a little bit later on in the game. Okay, so round 57 has just kicked off, and you can see actually we're looking like the ones that are struggling here, and it's really not good. We've tried to get as many of these Gatlings in. I've upgraded most of them to the lasers because they're more expensive, so they're probably going to be more damaging. And I start filling up the little gaps with boomerangs, but the issue I have is every time I try and fill up these gaps with boomerangs, I move the lasers, so they're not always firing at the optimal place. Now, he's only gone for lasers down there at the bottom. He didn't go for any aerial denial system, whatever it's called. He didn't go for any of those. And look at his boomerangs here. His boomerangs are just tearing up. He's got so many abilities. He just keeps on firing off these abilities. The boomerangs go crazy and just take everything out. So his system is definitely stronger and destroys stuff faster. You can see that mine is still struggling coming around these corners, whereas he's still destroyed his side. So at this point, I'm trying to think, what can I do here to win? Now, I don't want to send him anything because I don't want to be that guy. So I start using up my Hydra aerial denial system abilities, and they do really well. And I'm trying to use my first strike capabilities as savingly as possible. And I'm trying, obviously, to get it close to the edge, but not too close. So we've got a little bit of time. I'm trying to find a space for my boomerang here. I find one space in there, just about there. So we're trying to get it in. We put it up. There we go. Turbocharge, just so that I have the turbocharge ability. And at this point, I'm actually getting pretty brave to do this because I wasn't aiming at those zombies for a whole corner, and that's pretty risky. So I've got my boomerangs. I do them straight away just so that their ability's working. I decided to use my first strike capability, and look at it. It's really close. He is now starting to struggle because most of his attack is at the beginning, and then it starts to slow down. And again, against Zoms or ZOMGs or whatever you want to call them, they aren't that powerful. The boomerangs aren't that powerful. They're good, but they're not that powerful. And I feel that my lasers at this point are making all the difference. So he's decided to boost his side up as well. So he's using all of his boosts up, and I'm trying to save it because I'm thinking, hey, if I can go a little bit late game and I have an extra boost, surely that's going to help me win. And look at it. He's getting so close on his side. Those Moabs are getting to nearly the final corner. So it's quite a nervy time for him. But it's nervy for me as well because I'm trying to fill these spots with whatever I can while trying to kill these guys. I'm not trying to waste my first strike capabilities. I'm trying to save as much as I can because if I use them, then like it's just a waste. It's a waste. I really can't waste any here. So I've got 3 first strike capabilities available. Oh no, wait. I've got 2 first strike capabilities available. They're getting to the final corner, but they're getting to the final corner on his side as well. So it's so tight. Neither of us can upgrade anything anymore. We can't buy any more stuff. So we are literally holding out here so badly. Okay, I decide to use an ability. Now, the reason I use that ability was I'm trying to save up my first strikes so that I use them in the next round because I feel that he's going to start struggling soon. He's got nearly... I don't think actually he's got any abilities remaining, any monkey boosts. He's got his his boomerangs that he's using there. But look at it. It's getting so close. Oh, look at it. Final corner, and he's being able to destroy it. So, with that in mind, he uses his final ability. There we go. That's his final boost. And I've saved up my all my abilities right now. So I use a couple of first strike abilities to pop them out. Then I use my Hydra rocket aerial denial systems, which really start tearing them through. And you can see that we're doing it really nicely. I'm trying to pop everything with my lasers rather than using my abilities. And there we go. We've destroyed that round. We're on to the next one. He's still got a few BFBs remaining, which is the struggle. It's when you have a few remaining and the rest start coming through. That is when you're in trouble. So there... Oh, no. There we go. That's his final monkey ability. There we go. That's his final monkey boost ability gone. I've used up all of my first strike capabilities and my balloon denial system. So at this point, I am panicking, everybody. I'm really panicking. So I'm like, oh, no. I got no abilities remaining. I've got my monkey boost, but I really didn't want to use it. But look how close they're getting. They're getting so close around this corner. I decide to use up all my abilities that I have. And here we go. First strike. Boom. Comes in right at the end. Takes everything out. Our opponent at this point, they're starting to go through. And all of a sudden, we get disconnected. But if you look at his side, they are going through. They are definitely going through. He's got no boost remaining. So... he must have rage quit. I don't know what you guys think. You might say it's lag. You might say it's my connection. It's clearly not my connection. So I think he's rage quit. He's know that he's lost. He's got 5 BFBs coming around that final corner. No monkey boosts available. And here we go. 3, 2, 1. Boom. And that is it. We are done. Victory. We win. And we get an extra win. That was awesome. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the like button if you did. Until next time. Whew, we'll see you soon.